Uma, what are you doing? Yoon rubbed his goggy eyes and followed his Uma. Say, Yoon, come with me. She took his hand in her, started climbing the stair. We are going to surprise Daddy. It's birthday today. Yoon eyes were wide open now. Surprise, Uma, I want to surprise Daddy too. She giggled. We both will. Now come with me. Balancing the cake in one hand, she pushed the door of their room open. Now when I say three, we shot, okay? Okay, he nodded his head. One, two, three. Happy birthday time. Happy birthday, Daddy. What? He woke up with a jerk. She laughed. Happy birthday, Daddy. Keeping the cake on the coffee table, she went and sat on the bed. Did you like our surprise? He sighed and rested his head on the bedded pot. You crazy woman, she laughed. Yoon jumped on the bed and settled beside his father. Happy birthday, Daddy. He looked down at Yoon and smiled at him. Thank you, Yoon. Is it time to cut the cake? He asked, making his parents smile. Yes, it is. She stood off the bed, dragging her husband with her. Come, first blow and candle, make a wish. He doesn't believe in all this, but recently at every such opportunity given, he find himself wishing only one thing. He closed his eyes and made the wish. Please keep wine safe. Don't take her away from me. Now cut the cake, Daddy. Hope in his place. He smiled and took the knife, cutting the piece, and he fed Yoon first and one. Happy now? He asked. Very. She kissed his cheek. Now Yoon, let's get you to bed. She went and picked him. He immediately stepped forward and took Yoon from her arms. I will put him on bed when you go to bed. But Daddy, I want more cake. Tomorrow, Yoon, now time for bed. You are already late because of your Uma. I heard that. Good night, Ryan. She giggled and lay down on the bed. It's been a week. She was back to Kim Mansion and life was back to normal. Deep down, she knew the problem is still remaining unsolved. I was avoiding the issue. That's how he was handling his fear for now. She knew the real battle within. When will start showing and he no longer will be able to avoid it. She feared how he will manage then. She just hope her constant assurance that and love help him battling with the fear. He entered the room, revealing her of her thought. Where is my gift, Mrs. Kim? He asked as he joined in her bed. She smiled and leaned toward him to give him a kiss. For now, make do with this. You will get a real gift tomorrow, but before that you will have to promise me something. What? You promise that tomorrow you will take the day off and take us on picnic. That's all I can do. That he kissed her forehead and tucked her inside the blanket. Now go sleep. Good night. The next day, as promised, he took his family to the picnic. It was a bright park surrounded by patches wood and duck pond. Taking a place under a tree near the pond, Ryan spread the blanket. Oma, see, there are ducks. Can I feed them? He asked excitedly. No, Yoon darling, we should never feed to them. It's like their junk food. They might fall ill. Really? Yoon asked as he settled in his father's arm. Yes, now take this football and play. Come back when you are hungry. Okay, Ma. Taking the ball from his mom, he ran off to join the small group of children already playing at some distance. Moving beside Ryan, he pulled her near him. So enjoying the picnic, she nodded her head, leaning against him. So tell me, why this picnic? Ryan tilted her head to look at her husband. Why do you ask that? Come on, Ryan, I know there is a reason, so tell me. She shrugged. I don't know, maybe this is my avoiding the problem, running away from it. He sighed and resting his head against the tree. He knew this was coming. He had promised her to work on his fear, but till now he was just avoiding it. He still has to figure out how to do it. Wine, you have become the loyalist. You know that, he asked, suddenly confused. Wine just stared at him. What? I still remember that day you had come to my house, scared, confused, lost, too afraid to even look into my eyes, and look at you now, comforting me. Corner of her lips lifted into a smile. I am not afraid of you anymore. Now I know. You just give the look like you wanted to strangle me. You will never do it. He laughed. She smiled, feeling proud to make this weird man laugh so freely. I love you. Promise me you will fight for us. Be what we have is so precious to lose to some fear. He cupped her cheek. I have promised you, and I will try for you for us. She smiled and nodded her head. She trusts him. She knows he loves her and will fight for their love with little guidance and push for her. He will pass every hurdle. Baby step, he had tangled to his mother's shoulder as he lay on her back and looked over her shoulder at the picture she was looking at. Every process takes time, Yoon, she said. He agreed with his mother's wisdom. You see the picture, the baby in the size of a lemon, but you can see her finger toes. See her lips, she giggled, but soon her eyes filled with the tender love of the little growing inside her. She's so small, Yoon. She needs all the love and care and protection. Yes, my love, her sister. She smiled little. She smiled. We don't know yet if a girl or a boy, though she liked to refer to it as her, and Yoon picked on that. Oma, she can play with me, my toy. Give her my toy, I will. Why, thank you. Yoon, you are very good brother. You are going to. Yoon blinked with the pride, sagging his teeny arms around his Uma neck and burning his face in her neck, making her giggle. That's how Taehyung found Wine and her Yoon. A small smile pressed his way on his lips as he looked at his giggle family. They have always has been this way, inexpressible thing as the TV just has to glare at one of the other to come charging at him. Taehyung chuckled. One had formed this special bond with his nephew. As soon as he was placed in her arms, she has looked at him, her own son and her own son, which his managed to her has given her, and Yoon has no other mother but you. They were a team, and it had bothered him in the beginning, fearing this team won't have a place for him, will not need him, but his sweet wife has taken care of that fear. No matter what these both were doing or planning, Wine has always made him a part of it, letting him know that they are a family team of three, not two. Just how she loves Yoon and has a special place for him in her big heart. He too resides in her heart and best with the same love. In 3 years, many a time his past has filled his heart with insecurity and fear, but Wine had always been there in his survival, always pulling him out of his misery. No matter how much he had allowed his past to tangle his feeling and stop falling in love with his lovely wife, he had fallen impulsively, completely in love with his wife. And with love, care, or fear of losing her, that's one fear still instilling him, the fear his wife is unable to chase away. The fear is deep-rooted, and he doubted it will ever go away. But he had to promise her to work on that. But how he unable to get answer to the question, what can he do to assure his heart that she isn't going anywhere? What should he do to soothing his heart into believing Wine is fine, healthy, happy? Nothing like his sister was when she was carrying Yoon. Nothing is helping him. Uma, what happened? Yoon slid off his mother's back as he heard her yelp in pain. Yoon's voice broke the train of thought. He dashed toward the bed. What? His trembling hand resting on her stomach. Why in his panic his eyes into her? Nothing does. She smiled through the pain. It was just a cramp again, and it was paining again, but cannot let him know that it would be scare him into another panic. So she smiled at him. But he saw through her whopper and it made him feel worse, kind of scum. She was not only dealing with her pregnancy but also trying to fight his battle. He has done that to her and it made him angry. Don't you ever do this again? Why you ain't helping me by doing things? It's make me feel worse. You think hiding your pain from me will help me? This is how you're going to be, he asked her. She shook her head and dragged herself in the sitting position, feeling better now. No, you were in pain, Ryan, and you lie. Her shoulders slumped. Yes, she accepted, but it was just a cramp. I know it's nothing and didn't want you to worry about nothing. It's gone now. I'm fine. She touched his cheek. He moved back, letting her hand fall back. You don't understand, do you? You think just knowing and not knowing make a difference. If I was dying somewhere, not knowing about that will make you feel better. She faced her hand in anger and her trust him to drag her everything to external. She was ready to give him a piece of her mind, but stopped as she looked at her. Yoon, baby, you go and play. I will call you when the dinner is ready. Yoon nodded his head and accepted the scene. She now looked at her husband. Isn't there any tasty difference between suffering as a scam and dying? She asked sadly. Not for me. And just like that, with his 3 words, the fight left her body. Seeing you in any kind of pain is dying 1,000 dead. With her heart flooding with the love of the man in front of her, she launched herself in his arms. How is this possible? The man who was difficulty uttering those 3 words can come up with the things which can make her heart sing with the joy and cry in pain both at the same time. She had him died her, loving sweet. How she loved him. Don't bother lying to me whenever. I just have to look at you. You know what's going on with you. He pulled away from the hug and cupped her face. I want to know about the sadness, discomfort, and let me fight my battle. There are things only I can fight, no one else. She nodded her head. I'm sorry, just she wasn't allowed to say anything further as he took her lips into a kiss. He kissed her till they were in the urgent need of some air. He burning his face in her neck, his breath hard. She smiled and ran her finger in his thick hair, wanting to comfort him. She said after some moment of silence. I want to show you something, she said. He pulled back and looked at her. What? She pulled an envelope from below the pillow. She removed some black and white photo from the envelope. She showed to him. Today's my ultrasound scan. This is our baby, she said, her heart filled with love and excitement. You see that? That's our baby. It's so small. She giggled, little finger toes. She looked at her mouth, even heard a weird sound she was making. She laughed, remembering the time sound had filled with the hospital room. I even have the CD if you want to wish to. She looked at her husband hopefully. He just stared at her face. Her face was glowing with the love and happiness. She was so happy. He felt a sudden pick in his heart. He wanted to feel the same emotion she was going through. It was his baby too. And just like that, he made the decision. When I think I will see a doctor, he said. My doctor, everything's fine, I promise. No. He shook his head. I mean a psychiatrist. She just stared at him with a speechless look. Yes, fine, I need help. He ran a hand over his face, swelling the lump of his throat. He continued, I want to feel the same excitement and joy you are feeling, Moyan, but my fear isn't allowing me. I need help. Tears streamed down her cheek as her heart bleed for him. She cupped his face and tried to talk to him through the lump in her throat. I am with you. You decided I am with you, whatever. He pulled her in his arm, held her tenderly. Thank you, Moyan. Time escape. So when did all this start, Mr. Kim? When my sister left me. Left you? Why? She's died. Oh, I'm sorry, but why did you say she left you? You made it sound like she did it on purpose. She had a choice and she chose to leave me. I don't understand you. How can one choose to die or not to? Did she... No, she was pregnant, had complication. Doctor had warned her if she keep the baby, she's risking her life, and she choose to leave me. The psychiatrist leaned back in his chair. What happened to the baby? He's with me. I adopt him. So you love the baby? Then hesitated. Yes, he loved Ryan, but it was complicated. Back then he held Yoon responsible for his sister's death, but still would have done anything for him. He did marry a complete stranger for him, but things have changed now. He loves his family. He doesn't regret how they come into his life. He looked in the doctor's eyes and replied, yes, I love him. What would you do if your nephew was dooming? The doctor asked. Tim had to pick at the question. Even the thought of something happened to his family filled him with dread. Please answer, Mr. Kim. I will go and save him. Without thinking about your life, without thinking about my life, he answered immediately. So what do you resent your sister for doing the same? Then jerked head up at the dad. He just stared at the doctor and Doctor rested his elbow on the desk in front of him and studied the shocked man in front of him. What your sister did was very normal, Mr. Kim. As you told me earlier, she had just lost her husband. She knew the pain of loss. She was living it, and she loved the baby growing inside her. Didn't want to lose her baby too. Putting her life on risk was easier than killing her own baby. As you loved your nephew, you will understand what I'm saying. It's you think she had a choice, but to her, there was no choice. Tim felt the beginning of headache beating in his way. He suddenly felt restless. The doctor wasn't saying anything, something his family hadn't told him before, but today it felt different. It was like finding the things were sticking in the knot he was feeling in his heart. When he think of his sister felt losing, put in her situation, he would the same for Yoon. It taken time to feel that connection with Yoon, but his sister had felt it intentionally. Even before he was born, she had loved him enough to give her life for him. He's going to be a father too. His child is growing inside Ryan. In few months, he or she will be with them, a teeny human being. Suddenly everything felt so real. The pregnancy which he had just seen as a threat seemed something more. The pregnancy didn't have just remind a possibility of taking his wife away from him, but also will be a giving a mature version of Ryan. He can finally understand why Ryan is so happy. He feel it too. But how to get rid of the fear, how completely abandoned he just feel. The headache has increased intensely. He left hand lifted to rub the temple. Everything jumped in his head, making him want to scream. Relax, Mr. Kim, calm down, don't you think too much. Taehyung looked up at the doctor, his head is still pounding. I will leave now. Of course, the doctor stood up. I will see you to the door. Taehyung followed the doctor and excited following as the doctor held the door open. As soon as he stepped outside, he has infused a warm hug body, her familiar scent comforting his tiny heart. He held her tight, his wife, his savior. She pulled away from the hug and cupped his face. Are you alright? She asked, putting back off some hair of his temple. He nodded, feeling the edge of drawing discomfort from her presence. He cleared his throat. I am fine, she smiled. Didn't look fine, but she will be right for now. Time escape. Oh my daddy, he shouted and jumped off the couch as he saw his parents. I was waiting for you. He went and hugged them, smiling from ear to ear. She kneeled in front of him and smiled. Really, why? I made a drawing. I wanted to show you to you and Dad. Oh wow, I can't wait to see it now. But first tell me, have you eaten anything? Yes, Uncle John made me lunch. I had my lunch. Good boy, now show your drawing to your daddy. I will come. Okay, Mama, he ran to the couch and fetched his drawing. Daddy, come here. Sitting on the couch, he patted the space beside him. Taehyung went and sat beside his son. So what have you made? He asked, feeling a lot better now. His family always make him feel better. I drew a picture, he said, proud to himself. Really, show me. He climbed on his father's lap and made himself comfortable. See this? Taehyung looked down on the paper in his hand. That Soma beside her is you. I am in the middle. He smiled. Color display. It's look more like a cartoon than human. You see that in your arms? He asked, pointing the mouse from in his father picture. This is my sister. She's too small. She can't stand her own. So I have placed her in your arm. You are very strong, Daddy. You won't let her fall. Then he stared at the drawing. You were ripping his heart apart. He pain would stop. The little boy on his lap trusted him with his little sister. Does he know that he never wanted this baby and asked Wayne to hear to his wishes? Would we still trust him if he knew about that? Would he still look after him if he trust him to keep his little world safe? What if he failed? What if nothing worked? He still find himself tied to the past, making himself and his family miserable. Let me have a look too, Yoon. I made a milkshake for you. Go and have it. And mention of chocolate milkshake, he jumped off his father's lap immediately and ran off have his chocolate milkshake. Wine took the paper from Taehyung's hand and looked at it. She chuckled. That's nice, Wine. She looked at sideways at her husband, putting hand on his shoulder. She pulled him close. What bothering you? Taehyung looked at the drawing in his wife's hand. Taking the paper from her hand, he ran his finger on the creature his son had drawing in his arms. He trusted me, Wine. He looked up in her eyes. You trust me. I don't deserve your trust. And what if I mess this? No, you won't. You love us and you will do it for us. I trust you. Turning toward him, she pulled him in a tight hug. Do you think what you doing is easy? You are very brave, facing all your fear in brave things, and you are doing it for us, for your family, and still you think you don't deserve our love and trust. She pulled away and cupped his face. You, Mr. Kim, you are the best thing ever happened to me. And if you ever say anything wrong about my husband, then I